Hey y'all, welcome back to Convos with Bree. I'm Bree, BREE, and today is day 61 of the Visibility Challenge. Last night, y'all, I was doing some deep personal work. I was deep within a meditation, and I came to this truth that just struck me like a bolt of lightning internally. It made me see things in a way that I had not previously been connecting. And I want to share the reflection that I wrote on it because I know that I am not alone here. And I want to also just let y'all know a little bit like what my writing looks like. So if you're interested in reading more, you can always pop over to convoswithbree.com, click the reflections tab. There's tons of it in there. This one is called Peace Was Never the Price. For most of my life, I believed peace and prosperity lived on opposite sides of the same road. If I wanted peace, I would probably have to settle. If I wanted prosperity, I would have to sacrifice. I don't know exactly when I learned that, but somewhere along the way, I accepted it as truth. Success looked like exhaustion. The people who made it always seemed busy, overwhelmed, and constantly chasing the next thing. So even though I deeply desired financial freedom, there was a part of me that quietly feared what would happen if I actually found it. Would I lose the slow mornings I've worked so hard to create? Would my writing become something I had to do instead of something I couldn't wait to do? Would I spend my life building freedom only to recreate the chaos I worked so hard to leave behind? I couldn't understand why something felt stuck because on the outside, I was doing the work. I was writing, recording, showing up, building my website, starting conversations. For the first time in my life, my work actually felt like me. So why did it still feel like one piece wasn't clicking? Then I realized something. It wasn't my work that needed to change. It was the invisible sentence I'd been living by. Prosperity costs peace. I don't remember deciding that. I don't remember anyone sitting me down and teaching me those words. But somewhere along the way, that sentence quietly became the foundation I was building from. And once I finally heard it, I realized I didn't have to keep believing it. A different sentence found me. Peace and prosperity grow together. Not one after the other, not one at the expense of the other. Together. It made me wonder, what if peace isn't the reward after prosperity? What if the peace is the soil prosperity grows in? Maybe financial freedom isn't built by constantly asking, what do I need to do next? Maybe it's built by asking, what invisible sentence have I been living by? Because once you can hear it, you get to decide whether it's still true. For me, it wasn't. I didn't want to build a business that asked me to abandon myself. I wanted to build one that felt like coming home. One where meaningful conversations create meaningful income. One where creativity isn't rushed. One where mornings stay slow. One where I have room to think, write, wander, laugh, and get completely lost in the work I love. Maybe prosperity wasn't asking me to become someone else. Maybe it was asking me to trust that the version of myself who feels peaceful is also the version capable of creating the greatest impact. I'm beginning to understand that peace isn't the price of prosperity. It's the foundation that allows it to grow. Y'all, that one just felt so different in my soul today. I have been reflecting on this since last night. And every single time I say that to myself, I say peace and prosperity grow together. I remind myself that peace is the soil in which prosperity grows. The more rich the soil, the more peace I embody, the more healthy, the more the prosperity flourishes, the better it all feels. I threw some reflection questions down at the bottom. If you want to do your own reflection and deep dive in what your own invisible sentence is or what this brought up for you, pop on over to convoswithbree.com. Check out those reflection questions. Dive in a little more on your own. And I would love to hear about them. So you can email me, you can DM, get in the comments, whatever feels best to you. But I love to hear what this brought for you as well. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Remember that nothing meant for you will miss you. Be here now. Soak in some gratitude.